Welcome to Brighten Your Corner Ministry. My name is Cindy Ann Lewis Walcott, and we're studying life lessons from the Holy Bible. You don't have to be religious, these lessons are for holistic living. Today's lesson is a good one. I said two goods. It can be found in Genesis, from Genesis chapter 30, verse 26, all the way to Genesis chapter 31, verse 18. It is the story of Jacob. And I call this lesson, the lesson we're going to get here, I call this lesson playing by their rules and winning. So far, we know that Jacob deceived his dad and robbed from his brother, and he's found his way into his uncle's house, and he's asked for the hand of the pretty girl. His uncle deceived him. He gave him the older daughter, which has tender eyes. She's maybe just tolerable, not pretty, and well favored. So now Jacob has to work 7 more years to get the woman he really loves. And so he's worked the 7 years. In the meantime, he's tended to his father-in-law's flock, and they've flourished. In this story, we're going to see a lot of back and forth between the women. Um, they have, and the competition between bearing children for Jacob. So now Jacob's tending to his father-in-law's flock, and he's have, I think almost all of his children are born now. He's had um, even a daughter here. Most of his sons are born. I think there are about 11 to this point, and his daughter Diana. And he said to his father-in-law, let me go. Give me my wives and my children and let me go. And his father-in-law now said, I know I have multiplied and become rich because you were here and because God favored you. Stay a little while with me and let me pay you. So Jacob insisted he wanted nothing. The father-in-law insisted he should get something. So Jacob devised a plan. He said, okay, let me, any of your animals that are speckled, um, you know, the colors they didn't like, so brown and so on. And apparently in those days, they wanted the pure colors, except brown and speckled and ringneck and all that. So he said, give me those animals because they're probably not very valuable to you, and let me be on my way. So his father-in-law agreed because they're less than pure, perfect animals in their opinion. But before long, Jacob, the speckled animals began to be more than the pure ones. And now Jacob noticed that his brother-in-laws are saying, you know, this guy is stealing all my dad's legacy. And now he's heard that, and he looked at his father-in-law, and his father-in-law is not very happy. He's kind of is listening to his sons. So Jacob goes ahead and changes the plan. He said, okay, being as the impure ones, the speckled and brown and stuff, they're multiplying so much, let me have the pure ones and you have the speckled. And his father-in-law agreed. Yeah, because now his father-in-law is going to have the larger flock, he thinks, you know, the larger amount of the animals. And the opposite thing happens. So now the pure colors are multiplying and the speckled are not. And this has made his father-in-law angry. So Jacob, now knowing his position is not very strong there, he decides to take off while his father-in-law is away. And I call this lesson playing by their rules and winning because each time they change the rules. If you read the text here, you'll see Jacob maybe dabbled a little bit in genetics. I'm not really sure how to call that, and so I wouldn't look at it as a lesson. But it is God's plan working here. From a scientific point of view, we might say it's genetics. And Jacob is winning every time, no matter what they do. So no matter what their rules are, whatever the parameters they set up for them to win, Jacob ends up winning. And I learned a story when I did marketing a long time ago. It was in a marketing magazine. I can't remember who wrote the story or which magazine it was, about a young lady in a village that her father took a loan and decided, from a very unpleasant, older, not suitable man as a husband for his young daughter. And the loan giver says to the dad, if you're not able to repay the loan by so and so time, the um, the articles of the loan, the conditions were very stringent, and it was not possible for this poor man to be able to meet them. And so the loaner said, if you can't meet your obligation by this time, you'll have to give me your daughter for marriage. And the people around said, oh, what a dishonest man, loaner. They were criticizing the loaner. So the loaner, as a gesture of good faith or goodwill, decides to give the man a fighting chance on the day he had to collect on his debt. He says, okay, I understand it probably was hard for you to meet my conditions. I'm going to give you a chance. I am going to pick up some rocks, black and white pebbles off this ground here, and put them in a bag. And if you choose the white pebble, I will forgive the loan and your daughter is free to go. But if you choose the black pebble, she's mine. So, everybody, you agree I'm giving this man a fair chance. It's 50-50 for both of us. And the villagers were happy that the man seemed to be a good person. Now, the daughter notices that this man is only putting black rocks in the bag that her dad's supposed to choose from. And so she goes ahead when the man comes and says, okay, choose. Now, she has no choice but to choose. Anything she says, if she tried to say anything she says, she would look like they're trying not to pay this man off. So what she does, she goes and she chooses and drops the rocks and says, oh my, I don't know what I choose now. Can you look in the bag and see what colors are there? And if the one, if the color I choose is not there, means I chose the opposite of what's missing from the bag. So, she chose drop it. They looked in the bag. No, it's all black rocks. So she said, I must have chose a white one. And therefore they were able to get be released from their obligation to this man. So he was prepared to cheat them, which is what Laban's doing here with with Jacob. And Jacob played by their rules and won. I want you to remember this today and every day, that things may be going wrong and people may try to cheat you. You just have to step back a bit. Invite God in. I always say you have to invite God in and ask Him to instruct you. You will find a way to play by their rules and win the game. Isn't that a beautiful lesson? Always educate yourself as much as possible. The Bible is here as a blueprint. I say this often, and I hope by now you've begun to see that. Look at this lesson. When you read through these verses, you're going to be able, if you're in a situation like that where somebody's about to cheat you, you might be able to come up with solutions based on this or based on something else. But this is going to lead you towards finding a solution for your impending problem. Do have a beautiful day. Please click the link, when you share this video, ask your friends to click the link and not the picture, the blue link at the bottom of the whole thing you're going to get. Remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. But most of all, please share. Bye-bye now. Have a good day.